Hello, YouTube. I'm still on semi-retirement, and so a lot of my time is spent reading. And I've been taking books out of my never started pile, my half-read pile, and I've been trying to finish them instead of going out and buying new books. I've got, currently I've got over 30 of them in the pile that, some of them have been started, some of them haven't. Anyways, I want to talk for a second about Gibbon's A History of the Decline and Fall of Rome. I bought this set. I've got this dated 6/3/17. This is back when I used to date. I used to put a starting date on the books. I don't do that anymore. I just put a finish date. And this doesn't mean that I've been reading this since July of 2017. It means that I started it and I put it down. And I think there's been 3 episodes of reading this. But this is volume 1. There's 6 volumes. I'm within like 30 pages of finishing this volume 1. Hopefully I'll live long enough to read the other 5. But, I was going through a phase where I was reading a lot of Roman history and just a lot of, very old, the oldest European history I could find. I went through my Turkish phase and everything. And you can't read those types of books without seeing quotes from Gibbon's. So I thought, okay, I'm going to get that 6-volume set, Gibbon's Rome. And I remember before I bought it, this is a used set. Before I bought it, I had Googled it and read about it and read about the author and everything. And the author's name has since come up in another book because he was a member of Parliament and he was commenting on whatever war it was that I was reading about there. But I remember reading the Google thing, and Google used some quotes from out of Gibbon's History of, and reading volume 1, I discovered that Google's quotes were all from like the first 50 pages of volume 1. It's not an easy read. Anybody that's ever picked it up and looked at it, Gibbon, he really takes a long time to say what he wants to say. He can take an entire page to say something that could have been expressed in a single sentence. You might want to have a dictionary next to you too, because Gibbon had an extraordinary vocabulary. But I'm about to finish volume 1, and I just wanted to read a little bit here. Hopefully it won't take me too long to find this. I think Gibbon may have been an atheist, or, at the very least, he may have been an agnostic, because he kind of he takes a lot of opportunities to poke fun at the Christians. And towards the end of volume 1, he's writing about the persecution, or, the non-persecution of the Christians in early Rome. And he's writing about a gentleman named Cyprian, who was, I guess, a bishop of Carthage. And they finally, it's against the law to be a Christian, and he flaunts the fact that he's a Christian, so they finally sentence him to death, and they're nice enough to cut his head off instead of torturing him to death. But it's just kind of funny. Gibbon writes, as soon as the sentence was proclaimed, a general cry of, "We will die with him," arose at once among the listening multitude of Christians. And to me that's funny, because why the hell would you want to die? And here he's talking about just one of the authorities is lamenting the fact that he's got to sentence all these people to death. And Gibbon writes, incapable of conceiving the motives which sometimes transported the fortitude of believers beyond the bounds of prudence or reason, they treated such an eagerness to die as the strange result of obstinate despair, of stupid insensibility, or of superstitious frenzy. Unhappy men, exclaimed the proconsul Antonius to the Christians of Asia, unhappy men! If you are thus weary of your lives, is it so difficult for you to find ropes and precipices? That's it. I can take those markers out of there now. Got about 30 pages to go. I'm going to try and finish this today.